we can get there.
That's the sound of money crumbling up.
It's a good sound.
Y'all know about that shit.
It's a good sound. It's a great sound, goddammit.
That's our sound. Mm-hmm.
That should be how we start every song.
It's a money crumbling sound.
You know, it's always interesting to get back in here as Medicine Man and the Voice Reason because we all do so much different things.
Yeah, had a lot going on lately, man. What y'all been up to? Medicine Man and the Voice Reason, we back, by the way.
Witch doctor in
On
the
this
house.
Beautiful Tuesday.
Oh my
Here
God!
in
The weather
Hattiesburg,
really doesn't
Mississippi.
get better in this neck of the woods. I'll tell you.
It really doesn't.
You know, we've been on minus the up and down the temperature, but you know, I've been working on an EP. Super excited about it.
So vibe, man. But I've been, I'm taking my time with it, man. I'm not rushing for anybody. I'm doing this for me.
Me too. And I'm doing the same thing.
Dude, you got some sick shit coming out, bro.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for you.
Yeah, it's I'm waiting on really it's probably gonna end up being. I've finally settled
I'm
on
gonna
it.
sit this on the floor, man. That
And
shit's just
like
scaring
decided
me.
on it. It's gonna be a 4-track EP. 3 100% all Medicine Man tracks.
You got some collabs with 2 on there too, huh?
All you know, that's the whole thing is gonna be collabed with.
Got some live. You gonna have some live instruments on it, or using the
I haven't
synthesizer?
decided if we're gonna put that on there or save that for something that me and Clay do with Quiet Herb, or you know, because it's a little bit different of a vibe, but I'm definitely gonna go with that 4-track EP, and the 4th one's gonna be. I've heard it today. They were two and Suave was producing it today, and
Suave's been fucking putting in work.
Suave's
lately.
been.
Check out that video, by the way, guys. It's on
Dude,
YouTube.
Ride With Me.
Suave Ride With Me.
but
It's not spelled formally like Suave. It's like Suavie. So you put you switch the U and the
check
A.
out if you go look at the Crib Media Instagram. It is the link in the bio.
Yeah.
But
At Grid Media on Instagram.
Speaking of formality, I don't think we started shit off right. Episode what, gentlemen?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
30 something.
33.
33.
Well, all I really got to
30
say is
something.
welcome
Let me
back,
check.
ladies and gentlemen.
I think it might be 35.
I mean, but the 4th track is gonna be a remix of Suave songs they were producing today, and it comes in hard. It's really nice. I can't wait till he stops dropping some of the stuff he's been working on.
37.
I think
it's
the
gonna
kids
be a
say
big
it
day.
slaps.
It's not even. It's old school trap, man. Like that. Like sounds like Memphis is coming home, baby.
I love that. Hell yeah. I'm working on some shit, man. I can't really put a label to it as far as genre and shit.
call
It's a rap album, obviously. But I'm doing my thing. I'm just trying shit. Just trying. There's going to be a lot of different sounds on it. Not really going for any particular theme. Still thinking of a name.
Yep.
But
Shout out to Trill.
it'll be out by the summer probably.
Yep.
I'll put it on SoundCloud or something.
I'll take this opportunity to, you know, our boy S2 on the beat. He's officially graduated. He's live and direct and certified, and got the piece of paper that says he's the best, man. Salutatorian from Full Sail, which is a big deal. What separated him from that V spot was
Shout out S2, man. I hate I couldn't make the vacation.
Small minuscule things, and
That picture on Facebook that he has when it's him going for the award ceremony as salutatorian, beautiful.
so good. But
I saw you had a picture of Ja Rule on Instagram.
Yeah.
I was like, so you asked him about Firefest or what?
but on the big thing, hit us up, hit the Crib Media page up. Be sure to hit S2 up. Studio time, mixing,
Check out our
mastering.
website too, crib.media.
Mix, mastering, everything. We got y'all videos. We've got from top to bottom. We want to service y'all. We want to feature y'all. We want to do y'all's thing, man. Even with podcasts, we're the one and the best with the podcast, man. We can.
Straight up.
We
Man,
got y'all set
Just
up.
got our
legitimately,
first award
Like
in
wholeheartedly, it seems like we did all
last
this to
December.
give them a medium, the people in this city.
For sure,
You
yeah.
know,
That's
Like,
a huge
this
part of
is
the reason
what
we started.
This is what we did
doing
this
what
for,
we
is because
do.
we're sick of watching all the talent flow out of here.
No, yeah,
we want to show the world that
you know,
Mississippi's got their shit.
When it first started out with me and Trill, we were sitting on the couch that night, and it was like we
That
wanted.
was a fun night.
We wish we would have. We wanted a place to go that was local, and there wasn't one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not gonna say we're those guys now, but you know, I definitely will say we have helped expand that
Yeah.
market here. You know,
When we came up with the idea about a year ago, this time, honestly, maybe take away a month or two. Yeah, it was a passion thing. Like, it wasn't about the money or clout or nothing like that.
A
And-
labor
Like,
of love.
and it's still
Yeah.
one of those, and it's still one of the things, especially for us here sitting in the Medicine Man and the Voice of Reason with the Witch Doctor. You know,
Yeet.
for us, this
Witch Doctor came along, third member now.
Right.
Like, we're fucking
the
doing
the
this shit.
podcast for us
Goddamn
now, like as what I say, our podcast we see now is it's a way for us to talk about what we do is everything else. You know,
Yeah.
we get to talk about our culture here in Hattiesburg, and it's a good thing to do, man.
Make sure y'all check out my other podcast too, at Straight Jab MMA, if you're
Straight
into
Jab.
the combat sports lifestyle. Check it out, man. I got all the best predictions and post-fight analysis and pre-fight.
But enough talking about
Analysis.
random stuff. So what do y'all think about Nipsey getting murdered?
Oh my
that
God.
sucks, dude. I heard they caught
Rest
his,
in power,
his
big guy.
murderer.
Dude, that new Meek album that's gonna be coming out with him and Nipsey is gonna be, dude. I heard some of the tracks. It's gonna be, man.
Do you know when that's coming out?
I don't know if it's all out, but I've definitely heard some sneaks from it.
I think it should
Word.
be
I'd
out
have to-
before the end of April.
I have to look it up.
They probably put it on the fast track now that, you know.
Nipsey passed away.
Yeah.
You know,
Rest in
and-
power,
and-
big
Rest in-
homie.
Yeah.
And
R.I.P.
I know he probably can't hear me, and I know so maybe his people out there and you can hear me. Anybody that's listening that's like, that shit was stupid, man. So stupid.
So
For
what I've
sure.
heard, there's a good bit of conspiracy behind it,
Well-
but from the Black Lives Matter and the
It-
media-based portion of the black community surrounding the whole situation, I've heard that there is not really much of a conspiracy to it, man. The
Nah,
best way I've heard is
he
that
asked
when
somebody to leave his store.
you come out of
Yeah.
the hood, the biggest disrespectful thing in bigger cities that this is what I've read, is that when people come out of the hood, make themselves famous, you know, whether they started like Rick Ross did with his whole organization or
And
all of that. I've heard that he, like you said, he asked someone to leave his store, and they were like, "Oh, Mr. Big and Famous is gonna come back to his hood and try to treat me like a bitch." So he came back and was vengeful.
Slow down with that, man. We got that shot of the day in it too, bro.
Oh, I
Y'all
know.
ready for
We're
it?
gonna be faded up in
You
here.
know, but that's what makes me mad about what happened with Nipsey is it wasn't like he had started some beef
No.
or some stupid shit. It was literally he asked
He
somebody
was
to
just trying to do.
run a
He was
legitimate
demanding
bit, and he
civility.
asked somebody,
He was demanding
Exactly.
civility.
and it was somebody from his own, you know, circle. that-
Everyone's trying to make it about his because he is, and his people probably still are funding the man known as Dr. Sebi.
I'm not familiar.
He is an South American-based gentleman, if I'm not mistaken, who died about 9 years ago in about 2010, 2011, who said that he had a vegan diet and several other natural or organic remedies that could treat HIV, AIDS, all known STDs, cancer, and there's a lot of confusion and conspiracy surrounding his death, but in its entirety, he had a foundation that kept going after he was deceased, and Nipsey Hussle and a few of his other, you know, partners were funding an organization that were funding his research, and lots of people are trying to throw in a conspiracy like, oh, Sebi was assassinated, Nipsey was assassinated,
and, you
that's
know,
not true.
I would love for it to be some kind of crazy.
Yeah, I can see how people could, you know, come to those sort of conclusions if you're into the whole conspiracy thing.
And
but,
you know, I really wish
know.
it was a conspiracy, but that's the biggest thing that sucks about what happened with him is it wasn't. It was just some fucking
yeah, it was some dumb
some
shit.
stupid like senseless shit, and you know, and what makes me want to say that is like all our people that are out there do what we do, making music and trying to get big and trying to work for it and trying to do this. Don't hate. Don't fucking hate.
Yeah.
You know, it's just because you're
He's
mad,
dead, bro. Yeah, what do you got to
just
really
because you're
against a
mad,
dead man?
like, because the big thing about it, he was huge about giving back to his community. He stayed in
Yeah,
the hood.
for
He
sure.
gave back.
His store was in Slauson where he grew up.
It's like don't be mad at that man because he wants you to treat his store with respect. Don't like it's just, and that's what's saddening is he was
And
doing a
I
lot
totally
of big things.
see where he's coming from because, you know, I come from a pretty shitty neighborhood. Seen a lot of things I shouldn't have seen growing up. And now that I've made it out of that, nobody would expect that either.
Yeah, no,
And
well,
now I've made it out of that, like I'm not about the fucking gangster shit or the fucking hood shit or just trying to be a badass for the sake of
Being a
doing
badass.
so.
Yeah, like gangsta and hustler, those are terms that describe a face man.
Yeah.
A real hustler or a real gangsta, what people are trying to embody when they're going around shooting people randomly, is someone who gets their shit together. Someone who takes care of business and gets things done and doesn't let anything stand in their way. But you can't pretend like going back to someone's store that legitimately was just demanding his civil rights. Get the fuck out my store
not
if you
even
can't
demanding
respect me.
civil right. If you would have gone into fucking, you know,
He was just demanding respect.
if you would have gone into
And not even
Journey's,
demanding it. Like
if you would
telling
have
him
gone
if you
into
can't respect me, leave.
Journey's footwear or wherever acting like an asshole, they'd ask you to leave too, man.
You're gonna
Dude,
shoot
that
up the
motherfucker
whole
comes down here. He's
fucking
not making
you
it out the store
staff.
with a bullet wound acting
and
like that,
that's what,
dude.
And that's what honestly upset me more than anything is like they didn't target anybody. Nipsey just happened to be the person that got a fatal gun wound, and it's
Man,
just like, and
that shit's sad. Eric Holder is the suspected killer they have in custody right now. According to the LAPD, they tweeted that just this afternoon.
and from what I read, he like basically admitted to it with pride.
Yeah,
And like how like
that's fucked up, man. I hope he gets quote unquote PC'd up in prison over that one, man. Because Nipsey Hussle, if you're into the rap community, you know all he's done as far as production. He's worked with everyone.
he's
People that come out of the
universal, man.
woodworks.
He's not.
Yeah.
He doesn't pick a side. He doesn't have no qualms with nobody. And like I said, that's what honestly pisses me off the most. It's like there was no like nobody was talking about Nipsey Hussle 3 days ago, 4 days ago.
Yeah.
You know, he was doing his thing. Unless you knew what you was talking about, there would be. Like, Nipsey Hussle getting murdered is like fucking murder beats getting hurt. Like, they work with everybody. They're universal across the whole industry. And it's just, like, sad to see people. It's sad to see assholes just, like, project themselves on across the whole fucking, our whole fucking, like, industry.
I mean, it kind of resonates with me with respect to Mac Miller because while their situations were entirely different, it's negligence on the part of the person who causes the death of another human being if they completely in every way disregard their influence or lack thereof once
was
they
avoidable.
take someone's life. Like,
For sure.
Yeah, Mac Miller, Nipsey Hussle, all of them, they make waves, bruh.
You know,
I
the
love
thing
Nipsey
is,
Hussle's
Nipsey
music.
Hussle probably never stayed at his store until close either.
No,
Yeah,
he was
probably-
just trying to be a better boss.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
He was trying to be better
That was
and
probably
gets
a one-off
cut
type
down.
thing.
He was
you know?
probably at his store because he had to do that day.
Yeah, probably.
You
He
know
probably
what I
was
mean?
trying to look out for his
For his people.
employees, his staff.
And that's another thing that pisses me off. You know, why hurt his employees?
Why hurt anyone? Like,
It's
dude,
pretty senseless.
get sober a little bit. Get your head out of the gangsta life. No one's saying put a suit and tie on and try to go apply for Wall Street, but there's got to be something more to hood life or being a lower income individual that is outside of violence.
Well, and
I actually found this article, man. This was posted like 40 minutes ago on USA Today at a vigil for Nipsey Hussle's
A vigil?
death.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they had a vigil, and but it got pretty chaotic though. Apparently, there was a stampede and
Very
like 19
controversial,
people.
the whole matter altogether.
There were some stabbings. It was pretty insane.
I don't think we could have
and
not
that- and
covered
you
this
know,
this
and
week.
and
This
that's
is
almost,
huge.
And you know,
Yeah.
like, and memorable for him. That's almost even more sad. It's like respect that man. Like, don't
Put some respect on his name.
Well, don't tarnish that. Like
For
that,
sure.
he did. Like, and that's that. Like, I want to like I keep saying it, but because he's one of those people that didn't. He's not some fucking rapper that was out there spitting some lyrics to anger anybody or upset. He was all about the music.
Yeah.
Like, why damage the music? Like, why damage?
sure.
Like, you know what I mean?
I agree 100%.
And especially for people like, you know, me and Trill, who are not rappers. We put lyrics on our stuff occasionally. We have to, just to like get it out there so people can hear.
Yeah.
But we're producers, and it's a good producer that can do something that can make people move and like change people's lives is few and far between.
For sure.
And it's just like, it's a sad day.
Yeah, sad shit, man. But what y'all been up to, man, this week? How's shit been going?
Been hustling at Crescent City, tell you what.
Hell yeah, I need to come through, have some food sometime, man.
I'm looking at hopefully either next Tuesday or the Tuesday after it. Hopefully, talking them into eventually getting me on Taco Tuesday, because to be honest with you, Taco
Love
Tuesday
Taco
is
Tuesdays.
not just like a one-day thing. In order to be able to do Taco
Got that
Tuesday,
prep up, boy.
I'd have to
Yeah.
go to Purple Parrot. They'd have
Oh,
to
yeah.
literally sign me on as an employee at a new business as well. So that'd be beyond a promotion. So
And
Man,
if you,
I don't
Medicine
expect
Man's
that
not
in
gonna
2
be
weeks.
walking out of here.
yeah, man, you can fuck off.
by the time we fucking are done, man.
But,
we strong. We
If you-
strong
if you-
around
if
here,
you
bro.
haven't- If you have,
We
if
got
you're from the
Englishmen in this
surrounding area-
goddamn booth.
if
We'll
you're
carry
from the
his ass
surrounding area,
out.
listen to us.
Yeah.
Y'all go check out Crescent City. Though I will say this.
For sure, yeah.
Crescent City is
Bring your
some
mom.
Yeah,
That's
bring
not
the
a
whole
joke.
That's my
family. I
mom's
would be
favorite spot,
truly
man.
honored to cook
Yeah.
you a meal.
With a
Bring your mother
mahogany
on
is-
Mother's Day. Or
I think
any
Mother's Day
day.
of the past, hasn't it?
Shout out to
Is Mother's
my
Day's passed already?
No, it's in May.
Okay,
shout
well,
out to my absolutely
love you, Mom.
amazing
Just making
employers.
sure.
I'm
Thank
supposed
you,
to go to
Crescent City,
church,
Mahogany Bar and Grill, Purple Parrot Branch. Y'all truly make a dining experience something to remember.
I promised my mom I'd go to church with her on Mother's Day.
I usually do that
She
too.
made me and all my brothers promise
I'm at this point to where instead of doing that, I kind of want to get to the point to where next Mother's Day we ask our moms to come to our church.
She knows what it is. You know, with me as far as religion goes, I'm not.
You're not doing it to please. You're going to make her happy.
Yeah, I'm literally going just so that she'll be happy, and she
that's the
knows
best
that,
part.
and she's fine
That's
with
the
that.
best part. She's not
You know?
asking you to convert.
The
She's
fact
not
that but the fact
thumping you with
Yeah.
a Bible.
It's just a way to get us all together, and we'll probably have fucking lunch or something
and
afterwards.
And you know what I will say? There's people I know people our age and kids, people younger than us, that literally would not go out to church with their moms for some existential crap reason. You know, if my mom asked me to go to church or go to whatever the hell,
Does your mom go to church?
on the holidays.
I know what that means.
So is she like religious or?
My mom's
she's-
religious. My mom
Okay, okay.
claims it. My mom's Catholic, basically, and
Them kneeling up and down masses,
I
I
don't know
can't
what that
do
is.
it.
I say Catholic. She's become more Catholic now, but she was originally
Baptist,
no. What's the ones that are basically Catholic, but they're pretty
Pentecostal,
no.
There's Pentecostal,
Methodist.
there's
Presbyterian.
Mormons, Presbyterians, there's non-denominationals,
I honestly can't remember.
Church of
God,
Christ,
there.
Church
I'll
of
be
God,
right
Church
there.
of
Yeah,
King.
there.
There's one of them that is basically Catholics where the priest can marry, and I can't remember when that is. That may sound bad, but that's the one she was, and she went to it as young as I was. But I was
Evangelist.
no. I was raised Baptist, but I was not raised Southern Baptist.
Yeah.
You know, but as I was older, I was allowed to make my own decisions. But our family's not super church-like, but they're very religious. My mom's Christian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like in the South Mississippi, like, especially in our parents' age, if they like, if they were like, oh, I'm spiritual and don't believe in Jesus Christ, it'd almost be bad for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I never really had that. My dad was very religious. I never really had that conversation with him because, you know, at the time I wasn't really at that age to where I even thought to that, you know, that was something he should be aware of. But I've had that with my mom and everything, and she doesn't care. Like, she believes in God or whatever. Goes to church occasionally.
I mean,
More than the holidays, but she goes once or twice a month probably.
you know, if I walked to my mom and looked at her and said, I'm a fucking full-blown atheist, she'd probably look at me like I was stupid. But I would probably look at somebody like they were not being mean. Like, I believe it's hard to like be like 100%. There's no higher
No, I
power.
legitimately
Yeah,
am
I mean,
I would describe myself as the opposite of
don't-
an
don't-
My religion, if I have one, I guess is more karma based.
spiritual.
You know,
We're all spiritual.
Yeah,
people.
spiritual for sure.
I'm whatever the opposite of an atheist is, man. Like, I don't think anyone's more right than they are wrong. So saying one person's interpretation of theology is more correct or incorrect is applying a logical, objective principle to something that's subjective. There is no believable faith. That's why it's a faith. There's a leap involved.
Kind of what my mom was always said. Nobody has the right to say that anybody's wrong or right.
Exactly,
Like,
dude.
yeah.
I gotten especially when I started going to high school out here, I had a lot of disputes with people in school. One big one, I was in this geometry class. I just moved out here, been here for a couple of weeks, or back out here. And my teacher showed us this video that she thought was important that we see, and it was like this guy talking, and he was in hell, and he was like sending a letter to his friend saying like, yeah, my point exactly. He sent a letter to his friend saying like, dude, why didn't you tell me that I should
came
believe?
back here, right?
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
He's like, why didn't you tell me that if I didn't believe that I would end up in hell like this and blah blah blah. And I watched the video, waited till it was over, and when it was over, she was all like saying what she thought about it and all the students were, because it's Mississippi, so chances are everybody in the room is a Southern Baptist or some sort of Christian.
Or had an opinion on it.
Yeah, so I was the only one that was like, that was kind of fucked up. I was like, it's fucked up that you just showed that video here in a public setting like this, because what if there was a Jew or a Muslim or something in this room?
And the
They don't
biggest thing
account
that
for
makes
that
it,
because
and
that's
the
the whole
biggest thing
point.
that
It's called
makes it fucked
indoctrination.
up is like,
yeah,
we're here to learn geometry, not
Quote unquote.
you know what I mean.
yeah, I said that
Quote
too.
unquote.
That's the
What the
biggest thing
hell?
is like, it's like you can believe, like, if you wanted to show us that, like, give us an assignment
This ain't
outside of class,
religion
or
class.
like send us a link, but like
That shouldn't
we're
be a
here to
thing.
learn math today.
Yeah,
Religious class shouldn't be a thing unless it is from a purely
It is in,
educational basis. You know what I'm
private
saying?
schools usually.
Well,
if
like
you
the
go
thing
to
And
is
see,
about
what I'll tell you
religion
this,
class
I
in
went
private
to- I went
school
to a
is trying
Christian-
to teach you something about a religion, not
I went
religion.
to a Christian private school, but the one thing that I will say this about PCS, Presbyterian Christian School, that I went to, is we had Jews and people that were not Christian that went to our school.
Yeah,
PCS did not force that on you. They
it was just a higher education,
Well,
like a
they
better
all- well,
education.
when they came to talking about Christianity, they offered their opinion and made it a point to say that it was an opinion and a worldview. Like, that was when we got into high school, we took worldview classes.
See,
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. Like, it'd be different.
There wasn't Bible class where you talked about the Bible.
See, it'd be different. Like, that's great, because what I was referring to is like, it's different. There's a huge difference between you going to a private school that's Catholic or Christian or Protestant in any way, and yes, there is some degree of bias, but religion class is about understanding religion as a whole and the place that Christianity or Catholicism holds in the world. But there's a huge difference in that, and like where I'm from, St. Stanislaus, where I come from, there's a St.
Catholic
Stanislaus and
universities
OLA.
are rough.
Dude, religious
They're like-
class is reading the Catholic Bible
and like remembering
and
Bible
studying
verses.
it for an exam. That's some sick shit.
Like, we studied the
Yeah.
Bible for an exam.
That's sick
That
shit.
is pretty fucked up.
That's fucked.
when you think about
We
it.
studied the Bible for exam, but when we studied it, it was like to
Shout out
compare.
Sacred Heart.
It was to compare things that, like, like different worldviews. Like I remember, I'll never forget Mr. Shields. He was actually he was our worldview teacher. He would like offer up all the other. We would approach a topic that day, and he would approach it from all the other religions' points of views, right?
That's badass.
And then when
That is
because
pretty
he was Christian, he was a priest. He was a preacher. He would offer how to defend the Christian faith, or like how to assert the Christian faith's opinion. You know what I mean? Against all these things without being a fucking bigot about it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
He was not intolerant.
He wasn't forcing anything on anyone.
That's how my
No,
philosophy
yeah,
teachers at Southern were.
exactly.
Both my
He is showing
intro to
people
philosophy.
that it's all based on faith, like Andy here was saying. The witch doctor on one.
He was-
It's on one now.
He was,
on one.
And in that situation, it was like he knew the best about the Christian faith, and we were there to learn about. At the end of the day, it was a Christian school, but when you teach like that, it allows people to form their own opinions. And in my opinion, that's how if you want somebody to believe in something, they choose to. They
I was about to
choose
say,
to
That's
when
do
you-
the thing
if
with
you-
a lot of parents these days is that they kind of just make it a part of their kid's life, and they don't really talk about it or anything like that, and the kid grows up and they just know that that's a part of life.
Well, like, tradition can be a dangerous thing.
Well,
Carrying out
yeah.
a tradition with no adherence to logic or reason, that's dangerous, man. Teaching your kids that you should believe in something for the sake of believing it because your parents believe in it because it makes life easier, that's toxic as fuck.
Well,
we should be changing society to
almost
where
like-
we don't have
It's
expectations
almost
of
like
people's
forcing
beliefs.
your kid to play baseball because you didn't.
yeah, no.
I
it's
had to play
baseball.
baseball
player.
and football until I stood up for the same reason I stood up for my religious rights. Mom
It
and
was like
dad, I
that
might be
for,
young, but I'm smart enough to know what I want, and you're not going to fuck me like this anymore.
It was like that for soccer for me, but I enjoyed soccer though. So
I didn't enjoy
really
baseball
care.
and football. I was a smaller, more intellectual individual in my youth, and then a little bit at the ass end of high school and into college. That's when I actually hit my growth spurts and shit. I was 4'9" until about 10th grade.
And see, for me, is like y'all talking about. I enjoy sports, but the reason I don't want to play them. I didn't want to play them was not because I was too small or couldn't do it. Is because I had other interests.
Yeah,
For
I
sure,
wanted
yeah.
to
You know what I
fucking learn
mean?
science and math and literature.
Yeah.
And it's not until unfortunately, you know what I really wish is like nowadays with kids and stuff, sports are more looked down upon. You're not really they're not.
Football is.
Well, that's because it's
Football.
literally people being paid tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars to literally hurt themselves.
Yeah, I
It's
think
like
about that all the
boxing.
time.
Yeah.
You're getting paid ridiculous amounts of money, more money
sacrifice
than
your
anyone
physical
else will
form.
ever see to play a game.
Other than professional baseball players.
like
And
a game that you learned how to play on a playground when you were 5. You know?
And for me, I feel
It's
like
crazy.
even the bet. Okay, let's say like you got the people that are the best, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, and all these people that have played for long periods of time. You know what I mean? Brett Favre, for instance. But
Douchebag.
if those guys would have had any kind of major catastrophic injury, blew their knee out, blew their
Yeah.
arm out, they would be
OV.
nothing.
They would literally be
And-
nothing. You're one joint
And
injury
I went to school with Dak Prescott, and what amazed me about Dak
Oh, yeah,
Prescott.
You did go to Mississippi State.
Dax Prescott, he's an amazing football player. Don't get me wrong.
For sure,
you
yeah.
know.
But he would be nothing
But
without his body.
The man has a master's degree.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I feel like that's a lot of the big issues.
Damn, and what?
I can't remember, but the big thing is I think sometimes people need to realize that even if you could go get a degree in whatever. No, you're not getting paid millions of dollars, but no, you're not getting 7 concussions and being
You aren't
soup
literally a
brained.
societal
You know what I mean?
sacrifice. You aren't
Yeah.
a societal sacrifice. Like Brett Favre stopped playing football at when? 50-something? 40-something?
He's 40 or 41.
He's turned 50 this year, I think.
So like
when he stopped playing
he
football.
retired
though.
He was
at
like
about
40.
45.
He was like it's
He's
been
probably
about a decade.
42.
Early 40s?
Early 40s.
So
It
like
was like-
imagine
it's
doing
been
what he
almost a
did
decade
since you
ago.
were fucking pee-wee. So since he was like what, 10, 11? He's been playing football
Probably
for
sooner than that.
yeah,
dude.
so bare minimum, that motherfucker's been playing football every fucking day his whole life for
a
30
solid
years.
30-something years straight.
Dude, you don't even feel human.
And especially, but I will say this, especially like my dad and mother actually knew Brett Favre, and
He was 40 when he retired.
so what was that, 2009,
2010.
10?
So he's
Yeah.
49. He turns 50
His last
next year.
season was 2009. I take that back.
So,
Yeah, his
dude,
last season was,
imagine being
2009,
40
2010
years
season.
old, dude. If he started
Well-
at the latest
well-
at 10, dude, he's for 30 years been
my
crashing
dad, like my mom
into
and dad
shit.
said when he was an amazing football player in college, and he would. But the thing about it is when you're an amazing football player, you blow up. When you're that big, all you're ever gonna be is an amazing football player. And who's to say that
He
Brett?
started considering retirement in 2002.
Like, you know how, like,
That's
a
actually
good
pretty
point.
early. I mean, he didn't graduate college until 1990.
91.
That's a good
Yeah.
point
He'd been
that you
playing
just
for over
made with
10
Brett
years by
Favre,
then.
because the same kind of applies to people outside of football, like Magic Johnson. Most people don't have shit knowledge for anything he's ever done outside of he used to be a great basketball player.
Played for the Packers for 15 years.
Yeah, dude, the only reason he left the Packers was so he could beat them to make a world record.
Honestly, I bet the Packers were like, dude, we can't do this anymore, man.
Well, the-
Like,
Well,
bro,
well,
you
well,
have to
no,
know.
when he
You have to know
Well, no,
you
when he
can't
left
do
the-
this
when he left
anymore.
the Packers, he retired. I remember that he retired.
He's one of the only
and then
people that ever
he
retired.
pulled a Michael Jordan was like, but instead of going to play baseball or golf or whatever the hell, he went and played for who did he go play for? After?
Vikings.
Vikings.
I
The
have his
Vikings.
jersey. I have his Pro Bowl jersey.
He
And
played for the Jets for a minute, too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he
just
did.
for a second.
and the thing about Brett Favre is he didn't need the money. He just didn't want to retire.
No, seriously, he
speaking of,
legitimately, he even came out and said the only reason he played for the Vikings was so he could beat the Packers, so he could be the only person in football history to beat every team.
He did not do
Speaking
that.
of retirement, Conor McGregor announced his
way.
retirement on Twitter
Did he
the other
really?
day.
No
But no,
way!
listen though, there's a lot going on here because
I didn't see that.
Quit while you're ahead, am I right?
He's got a whiskey brand and shit, making millions of dollars off that. But
Proper 12.
there was a thing that came up that he sexually assaulted a woman in Dublin, and that just
Who hasn't
came
sexually
out,
assaulted somebody today in the fucking pro world?
right? And
They just
so
can pay for
the
No hate on
day
women,
that
just
that
saying.
came, he retired a few hours before that news hit the surface
You're telling me
via social
You're
media.
telling me that's a coincidence? Fuck no.
That's what I was saying. He was just on Conan last week saying that he was working on a deal with the UFC to get a big fight.
Since you
But,
bring that up, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I want to say this: if Cardi B does not
Oh
get
my God! Please,
listen.
let's come to this.
okay, if Cardi B does not get some kind of realistic, hardcore backlash,
at least
From what
probation,
she-
like
no,
give
I
me
think it's a
probation
little
at
too late for
least.
that.
no, I think no.
Because there's no
She should
victims
get
coming
burnt
forward.
like every other dude
Why would they?
that did something.
You know, imagine how
And if she
rich-
doesn't, this is the thing for me. It's gonna put a stain on the whole thing because that now says that it's not an equal thing.
I think we're all referring to
Because-
an utter downfall of the hierarchy that's been set in place.
For those of you
a
who haven't
long-ass
heard,
time.
Cardi B came clean on social media. This was a couple years
Clean,
ago.
quote unquote.
It came out though someone found it on her social media from before she really blew up.
Basically drug and rape dudes for their
Yeah,
money.
when she was a stripper.
You know what the worst part about it is to me? That she not only at the same time came out admitting to all this stuff, the tweet right after is the equivalent of, I am not going to get in trouble because I'm rich and famous and there ain't shit you can. I think she fucked everybody up when she did something like that because we're in the midst of a downfall.
And the reason I say
my
that
friends.
she should get in trouble is if this may sound weird, if women are gonna sit there, we deserve equal rights and we deserve to be protected. When a woman does something,
Like a man is penalized for, you got to come down the
you
same
got
way. That's what
to
equality means.
accept the consequences, and there shouldn't be any.
Dude, so me and Tyler,
She was doing what
my
she had to
partner
do,
from
my
Straight
ass.
Jab, we had
She
this
was a high class
conversation
stripper.
the
She's
other
probably
day.
making more money than any of us make on a good day.
Have you ever had a girl just like grab your ass?
Yeah, I've
Isn't
been
that
called.
the most uncomfortable feeling
Yes,
ever?
I've
It
been
is,
called
dude.
hot in the same
don't
sentence
like
as
that.
I've been called a homosexual. Like I'm not allowed to be
And,
attractive and straight at the same time.
I remember one time when Homer was living with us,
Not that either is a
he
problem.
like grabbed me by the ass just fucking around one day, and I was like, I
Don't do
got
that.
super serious. I was like, dude, I don't even let chicks touch me like that. If you ever do that again, I'm gonna fucking
gonna
follow
hurt
up
you.
with a fucking left hook.
And
No,
Because
it's
I don't
like,
like
dude,
that.
Sexual harassment is just that.
And
we
I'll
need to
say
stop
this about-
pretending
I'll
like
say this
equality
about a
means
woman. Hey, let's
men
say we're
can be
let's say we're
objectified.
let's say we're in a club somewhere, and a woman walks up to me and she slaps my ass and gets a big handful of it. The thing where it becomes very uncomfortable is she could be joking.
Or
And
be
it-
serious.
Oh no! And if she's joking and you reciprocated it, it could go south for you, and she just did the same thing to you.
No,
There's a lot of worst case scenarios.
There's a
there.
lot of double standards when it
Yeah.
comes to male sexuality because we've been bred and fucking taught that for the last 5-7 years we got to suppress who we are instinctually and work towards a better equal society. But since when does that imply that women can cater to their instinctual carnal instincts and slap guys on the ass because that's how you get back at men for we shouldn't be working on a societal basis anyway with vengeful or revenge based tactics. Like, since when does getting equality into society have to do with getting back at who did something wrong? Do you think every black person in the world thinks that some amount of white people should be enslaved for the 400 to 600 years of oppression? No, they just want equal rights because they're sick of being treated lesser for their skin color. So it should follow suit with women that women should not be expecting anything on behalf of men as a whole, because I'll tell you right now, black, green, red, or orange, male, female, or all the other, what is it? We looked it up the other day. I think it's 29 or 22 recognized genders.
Let's not even get into that.
Well, like, regardless of the facts of the matter, what it is that equality has its basis in the Latin root of equalness. So if men and women are going to expect equality, we got to treat each other the same way, or we're not going to get fucking anywhere for races or genders.
Is like the basic overarching thing of everything is like, man, nobody gives a shit what you do. like realistically, nobody gives a fuck.
It's all about perception.
Yeah.
It's
what
literally
you
all
do.
about perception.
It is. I've always had that opinion. Like,
And
what is right and what's
the
wrong?
only time
you know,
somebody gives
really.
a fuck what you're doing is when you walk into a public setting and try to say that everybody should be okay with it, and not necessarily okay. Say that everybody should like let it in their house. Like let's say you're a Muslim person, and you know this is the best way. A Muslim person should not be forced. It should not have to like. They're not gonna raise their child Christian. They're Muslim. You know, it's like, but it's like that. Like everybody's gonna do their own thing. And
I honestly think no matter what religious denomination you claim, you shouldn't raise your kid to follow any sort of thing. I think you should just.
No, you should offer your opinion, and if they should, let me take it. When your child's small, if you go to church, or whatever the hell, inherently your child is gonna come with you. Just gonna come with you.
And they're gonna grow up thinking that's something
reality.
they just do.
And that's how
Like
I
they
was
have to
raised.
do,
But when I was about 12 or 13, my mom looked at me and she laid it down. She was like, "Look, this is not
something we converse about until you're 18.
Well, no, this is when I was like 12, 13, my mom was like, "Yo, the Hindus could be right.
Yeah,
We're all wrong at the same time. And we're right.
Like we said earlier, everybody's telling the same story a different way.
You know, I like it best when people follow religions. My buddy Nate, you guys know Nate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw his name out there.
Shout out Nate.
Hashtag Nate.
He is a prime example of this. Like, I love when people use religion as
A scapegoat.
something to lean on, you know, like
Scapegoat.
something for, you know, they use it as a form of hope
Scapegoat.
in a way. I love that. And a lot of people, I feel like, do it
just
for
a ground level for their kids or whatever.
Exactly.
And there's nothing wrong, but there are also, if your kid, I know Nate pretty well too, is if one of Nate's kids when they're
and
older.
he doesn't force it on anybody. He doesn't give a fuck
If one of
about
Nate's
that.
kids walked up when they're 13 was like, "Yo, I don't know if I necessarily believe in," he would be like, "Go figure your shit out."
Yeah, for sure.
And that's
Get
how you
your
should
shit
be
together.
about it. And I think, and
a lot of people, I feel, follow religions for the satisfaction of others.
And that's what makes me sad,
and
that comes back. We're kind of talking about society, and that's what comes back in 2019. Nobody has their own opinion anymore.
Yeah, that's real.
Like you have this social media overarching, and like I remember even when social media was in there in like 2012 and stuff, people still had opinions, and like they didn't get it. Like, no, I'm not gonna ever air my dirty laundry on Instagram.
For sure, that was really stupid.
Social media is for socializing,
like,
not
why would you
societal.
say that to where everybody could see it? That's literally
because she's literally under the same assumption that she voiced. She's not going to get in trouble. Who's going to get her in trouble? You got enough money to sue her? Exactly. Most people don't. She's part of the top 5%.
Honestly, but if you're fucking a victim, man, I bet any high-class lawyer would take that case per
no,
diem,
but
bro.
think about it,
I mean,
dude.
not per
Who
diem,
out of if she had
the
1,000
word?
victims, pro bono.
Pro
There you
bono.
go.
Pro bono.
Hashtag witch doctors for remembering the word.
For real. Witch doctors.
But let's
only
kinda,
one in this room with a college degree.
let's leave. Let's kind of leave it because we're running on it.
Yeah.
We do love talking to y'all, though. Don't get shit twisted.
For sure.
Really what it comes down to is all of us sitting in this room is we're all very under the same assumption. The only thing that matters in the country and about the whole world is love, and that's like let's show some love, guys. Stop fucking stop fucking picking sides, picking, choosing, doing this.
There are no sides.
If
You're
we all
making them
loved
up.
each other, everybody loves each other. Nobody should give a shit what your buddy's doing across the street.
I'll be real. I saw a meme,
Man,
and
that's what it really.
Agreed.
That's the end all be all right there.
memes don't really resonate with me too much because it's essentially a joke in my eyes. But a meme resonated with me the other day, and it resonated so much I felt the need to share it. When bad things start happening, don't call the cops. Call your neighbors and communicate, because strong communities and a heightened level of security with respect to society makes law enforcement obsolete. Why do we need someone to be paid with tax dollars to take care of us if we take care of each other? If you just care enough about the nigga that lives to the left and right of you, we can get shit done. We love y'all.
But and like I said, we'll leave it on that. But I wanted to say this. Let's do a shot of the day. I know it may see sideways, and I know Darius probably had something planned.
I got it. Yeah. Crack the seal on that shit, bro. That's
I know
brand new
Darius had
bottle
something
Jameson.
planned.
Pay for it.
but I know my boy
That's rough.
didn't
Couple
get
of
it.
shots, a couple of honors for shots of the day.
I do. Even if you have to do more than one, there's something that we probably need to do.
I'm gonna do one for everybody,
he
man.
didn't-
I'm not
he-
trying to get
he-
trash. I've had a couple beers.
He didn't get it, and he deserves it. I think we should do a shot for the salutatorian.
You goddamn right.
Oh yeah, for two straight up.
Dude, we do a lot of work in here. We claim a lot of things. We're
He's
all
our utility man.
a lot of shit, but
He's
two's
the
the
man.
backbone, man.
Yeah.
You
And
know.
before we take this, also I want to point something out. I don't want to take away from what you just said about two, but so Nicolas Cage got
Hashtag two, love you.
married on a whim in Vegas to one Erica
He got engaged.
Koike. Yeah. No,
thought
he
he
got
was-
married. He got
Oh.
married.
Was he not already married?
No, he used to be married to Patricia Arquette
I thought
and
he
a
was
couple
still was.
Lisa Marie Presley. So he got married to this woman by the name of Erica Koike, I think that's how you say that, in Vegas, and filed for an annulment 4 days later
Oh my god.
because he said
He
he was
must have
fucked up.
been
Found
so
out she was
drunk.
had a long-term relationship going.
This
Shot
one
of the day for this dude and S2 on the beat, man.
and this one goes out
Both
to
of
all
y'all-
you
what
lost
basically that's
souls.
saying
May
is-
we get what we want and may we get what we need, but
Nicolas-
may we never get what we deserve.
Nicolas Cage, S2 on the beat, coldest people we know.
S2
Straight up.
on the beat. Woo.
That's Sprite crispy.
That's proper.
Crispy. We
Women
love
be
y'all.
shopping
We can keep talking
Women
all
be
day.
shopping.
for real.
We love y'all. In the VOR,
Again, bro.
the Witch Doctor, the Trill, the Medicine Man. Be looking out for my EP. I'll let y'all know. I also got a mix coming out. Look out for the Swervy Love. We're hitting those festivals all season. Tipper, the whole May will be gone.
Hell
Look out for
yeah.
this big man over here dropping some
Straight
cold
up.
beats on that Trill shit.
Very
Look out
soon.
for the Witch Doctor. He'll be featured on the packs that we have dropping out on some sounds.
And you can definitely be looking towards an upgrade and a soon-to-be collab between, you fucking guessed it, the three greats themselves, Trill, Medicine Man, and Witch Doctor.
Witch Doctor
Wait,
on one.
I
I
definitely
like that, dude. It's so much cooler than Oni.
and we've been talking about it. Be looking out that collab. It's gonna be a big mix from the whole studio. Everybody will be on it, and
Create media shit.
this is
Crib.
Medicine Man, the voice of
Yeah,
reason.
thank you guys so much for listening.
Love y'all. Signing out.
We out.
See y'all next week.
Alright, look, I came out here, I give it 190%, you know what I'm saying? I came out here, me and my boys, we practice all year, you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking all the time, we fucking in here, like, fucking, we practice all year, we train all year, you know what I'm saying? We give it 190%. Thank you, baby. We give it 190%, and me and my boys, you know, I'm fucking around, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel telling me and my boys, you know, we do it big, 100% all the way around, and, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't even try to fuck with it, like, I'm about to throw it up on y'all.